Albania now. So far, I feel like I met 3 Albanians and they were all nice. Like the border crossing officer, whatever, the girl who sold me the SIM card, and then there was also another guy who came over like, oh, you're from Denmark, welcome to Albania. Just like being nice. So the people seem nice. We didn't do a very good job at grocery shopping because the store we went to wasn't really that good and we couldn't find another better grocery store. It was just like the spa, and yeah, they didn't have much, so now we're kind of stuck with the things that we have. The only things we bought were like some beans for quesadillas, and then ooh, I got one good thing. I got Lipton iced tea and Sina got the Fanta Zero. And we haven't had like branded iced tea for the longest time, but it didn't have the one without sugar, so that's a little sad. But hopefully we'll find it somewhere else, maybe. Our first camp spot here in Albania, and it's just this gravel parking lot right next to a stream, and look at all the mountains around. Wow, it's so beautiful, and it's kind of nice, like just the sound of, even though it's a little noisy, it's a nice sound. I'm gonna do a little time lapse of the mountain, like look at that, the thing on the mountain, and then we're gonna make some food. Woohoo! Welcome to Albania. Today we are hiking to the Blue Eye. There's 2 Blue Eyes here in Albania, and we're doing the northern one today. But look at this, the sun is just coming over the mountain and we're next to a little stream. It's so beautiful here, but also a little bit cold. We just pulled off the road and parked right here, and now we have to walk the rest of the way. There is actually a parking closer to the Blue Eye than this one, but lately there's been some reviews on like Google from people who say like that someone is charging for the parking, and they're not allowed to, and some say that it's the mafia or something. So like, and then they're saying that like if you drive there and then they tell you, oh, you have to pay, and you're like, oh no, I'll find somewhere else, then they chase you and yell at you, and yeah, we don't want that to happen. So now we just pulled off the side of the road and we're walking from here. Walking up, we see a little bridge up here. I think we have to go across that, but look at those bridges down there. They do not look steady at all. Oh wow. We reached a little restaurant thing where you can buy something cold to drink and a few snacks, and now it's just downhill from here. And as you can see, I'm pretty sweaty. It was cold this morning, but I'm not cold anymore. So now maybe I'll go in the water. It is supposed to be freezing cold, like less than 10 degrees. So we'll see. We walked up to this little bridge, and it doesn't look so scary from here other than it looking like it's missing some steps. But if you look like down, we made it back. DJ's still here. We just pulled over on the side of the road because here there is an uphill stream. Like that stream goes uphill. What? How? How? Just pulled over on the side of the road once again, and look at this view. Like the clouds over the mountains, the trees that are turning into like fall colors, and like the roads. Like it's so pretty here. Now we're just gonna go to the campsite. I'm taking way too long because I want to stop like all the time because like it's so pretty. Like it's so pretty. But what I was saying before the cows interrupted me is that we drove up the mountain, we drove down the mountain. now we're driving straight to our camp spot for tonight, which is actually a campsite and not just a parking lot. So we are gonna have a shower finally, and then we also need Wi-Fi, so that's why we're going, because of the shower and the Wi-Fi, since Albania has some awful travel tourist data SIM card options. Like, they're so expensive, so we bought a cheap one so we don't have that much data. So now we need to use Wi-Fi when we want to watch something, and we are going to watch the Danish national team play football against Kazakhstan, so we need Wi-Fi. And also the Danish national handball team is playing against Kosovo, so we also want to watch that, so we definitely need a lot of Wi-Fi. Yeah, so we have 46 minutes until we reach the campsite, and it's like, I think we'll be there a little past 6 o'clock. We arrived to our campsite last night in the dark, so we didn't really film anything, but this is our part. We just left the campsite. Now we are going on a long drive today, because we're making our way down to the south of Albania, because we just booked our ferry from Albania to Italy in 9 days. That's 5 plus 4. In 9 days we're going to Italy, so we have a bunch of things we want to see in Albania, and most of them are south, so now we are just having a driving day today. It's almost 9 o'clock. We are making dinner now. We've been driving all day. I'm exhausted. We were driving in the dark for the last 3 hours. Complete dark, maybe like 2.5, 2 hours. So that was crazy. We're like 500 meters away from the hot springs here.
Oh, is it only 500 meters?
It said 500 meters up there.
Oh, I did not see it.
It said hot springs 500 meters. And like thermal bath. Thermal bath. But that's difficult to say, so I just said hot springs. Yeah. So tomorrow morning we're getting up bright and early to go see the hot springs. Soccer and handball. No, fuck! I keep calling soccer. It's called football. It's just because I lived in the States for a couple of years, and if you say football in the States, it's like, what is like American football? What do you mean? But it's not soccer. It's football.